So it's very disappointing. But
Yeah.
where was the game won and lost?
Yeah, like I said in my interview there, I think with the wet conditions, our bowlers were slipping and sliding out there. And I mean, I know it's the same for both teams, but it just felt like with the slightly more rougher pitch, they might have stuck in the pitch a little bit better with their spikes. But yeah, I mean, the bottom line is we may not have bowled as well as we should have in reality. But all credit to Glamorgan, they took their punishment with a couple of wickets down, and I thought they came back strong.
Was 186 20 or so too many for you to chase down?
Yes, I think it was. The fact that we with 21 shorts actually proves that. But we could have maybe finished a bit stronger with the bat. But you can analyse everything until the cows come home. But it's the bottom line is we didn't get across the line. And but that's cricket. That's the game. But that doesn't take away from the campaign that we had. I'm extremely happy and proud of these boys. They really showed some great skill and character. Firstly to get us here, but yeah, I'm just really proud of them. So I mean, it doesn't all come down to one game of cricket. I still think we're champions in our own ways.
You had Jack Leach in the side, and he's played a big part in the success that Somerset have enjoyed in this competition. But you didn't bowl him. What was the thinking there? Well,
you look at the two different teams, right? And the fact that we had to bowl 12 overs in the middle with a fielder up is a very tough challenge, especially for someone like Leachy who has to bowl to left and right-hander. And it showed from them, their off-spin I think ended up going for 30-odd or 40 in his four. And it just shows how someone like George, who essentially played the Leachy role today, went 2 overs for 23. So I'm not completely against that decision. Leach and I, we discussed as a group that we don't think it's a pitch that was necessarily going to offer anything for the spinners in that regard because of that extra fielder up. So we decided to go with a seam-heavy mindset, with obviously the chance of him potentially bowling. If we had 2 right-handers in, 2 new batters, I would have brought him on 100%. He's a great bowler, but we decided early that was probably going to be the play, and that was how we went about it, and we backed it.
And in the run chase, Somerset were behind the rate for a long time, and then you and Archie Vaughan put that partnership together, and for a time it looked as if Somerset were winning.
Yeah, Archie's a great talent. He's had a great month in all forms, really. But I mean, all credit to him. He soaked up the pressure beautifully there. He played a great innings alongside me. It was a bit of hit and miss. He needed something special from that point. I gave us some hope, but yeah, it just wasn't meant to be.
With the benefit of hindsight, might you have come in a little bit earlier on?
No, not necessarily. Throughout this campaign, we have dabbled with me at 5 and 6. We felt like at the times, especially chasing, 5 for Archie was probably the right choice, and we backed that, and it proved that it was the right choice. So whether I should have come in 4, you can't really argue that because Rui's a left-hander and he's in outstanding form. He's a great talent himself. So no, I'm probably happy with my decision coming in at 6.
And finally, do you think that a 20-over-a-side game actually suited Glamorgan rather better than Somerset, as they had virtually their T20 side out, whereas we had a 50-over side out?
Arguably, yes, but at the end of the day, we didn't execute our skills as well as we were hoping with the ball. We still had 2 of our T20 bowlers at finals day bowling for us, So, like I said, you can analyse this till the cows come home. The bottom line is they just played better cricket on the day, but that doesn't take away from the campaign that we had.
Paul Tweddle, a third disappointment for Somerset in about 10 days. But you must have been very proud of the way this group of players has performed over the competitions as a whole.
Yeah, hugely proud. I think it means an awful lot to these guys, and they'll be really hurting up there. We're all hurting. And the competition as a whole, I think we've shown some really exciting cricket. We played some smart cricket. We played some amazing games. So it's not the way we want to finish the competition, but again, the overarching emotion, I guess, is pride of those guys and one of hunger. I think now looking forward to make sure that we put ourselves back in these positions more, because these guys are ready and deserve these sort of occasions, I guess.
And no disgrace being beaten by a Glamorgan side virtually at full strength in a format 20 overs as opposed to 50 overs that probably suited their side more than Somerset.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think from my point of view, you go into the side and I back these guys 100%, whatever cricket we're playing, for sure. Yeah, no disappointment in terms of losing to Glamley there. They played a really good game, but again, I think we go into that, whatever the format, whatever the situation, thinking we can beat anyone, and that's unfortunately not played out today. But very proud of the guys.
I know I've asked you this before, but 2 years ago Somerset were bottom in this competition, third from bottom last year, I think, with only 3 wins. And here you are in the final at Trent Bridge. What's been the essential difference? What's made that difference?
I think mostly that the guys have had time together. With young players, I think you just need to give them time. You need to give them opportunities. You need to let them experience moments, be a bit inconsistent at times, and then see that progression, which we've seen over a few years. And senior players from 1 to 11 being able to step up in key moments in games, like we've almost seen there from Sean. I can be proud of him as a leader there. To go and do that there, he's nearly pulled us out of the position, and then I'm hugely proud of how he's gone about things this year. He's really grown as a leader, but every person I think within that squad has gone to another level within their game, and I think that's the sort of contributing factor to why we've been more successful this year.
What were your thoughts about the game being staged at all over 20 overs, as opposed to the trophy being shared?
I don't think, to be fair, anyone in the ground wants the trophy to be shared. We want to play a game. We want to put ourselves in a window to be able to win the game. Luckily, the ECB were able to get behind us and make sure that this could happen, because looking at things now, you're not sure whether you do get a full 50 over game in. And although it's not the format we started off in, we'd much rather be in a position to be in the arena rather than sat on the sides.